For the 25th time in school history, the Decorah Viking football program is heading to the state playoffs. They got qualified with victory over Waterloo East last week. Head coach Pat Trewin joining us. And coach, last week, just a case of your kids going out and getting the job done, getting the necessary help that they needed. And next thing you know, you get to play a 10th football game, which is never a bad thing, I'd imagine.
Yeah, we're really proud of ourselves, the team, the work, the support. The kids really, the players really still played hard, got after it. Waterloo East is still a really good football team. The way they can pass the football, and they've got just enough physicality. But one of their big goals was to make the playoffs, and we were able to do that. We didn't know for sure if 6-3 would get it done, but in the end, it got it done. And, we were at the 2 spot in the district and the 10 seed overall. And then now it's time to go out and see if we can, make a run, so to speak.
And what more can you say about your running game between your offensive line and Dakota Johnson? Another outstanding game on the stat sheet last week. What got it done on the film?
Well, we were able to pass the ball well enough to be able to keep them back. And I think that they were fearful enough that they didn't go to their blitz game as much. And then we were able to just keep things going, get a push up front, get at least a couple of the linemen moving back, and then eventually being able to get up to the window. And then Dakota always, if he gets a crease, boom, he can burst through it and get the big long runs.
And after a couple of tough losses in a row to Marion and Western Dubuque, how'd you guys get in the right mindset to go out and do what you needed to do last week?
Well, a lot of it, you go back to, keeping the faith in each other. And, Coach Post always used to say, we really believe good things happen to good people. And you didn't go out in those games and not show up. You went out in those games and you still were trying hard, and then you just do it game by game. And then you challenge players to step up, the whole team to step up and say, we haven't met our goals yet. And we've made great memories both this year and in our past, especially the seniors. You want to make more good memories, especially getting to the playoffs. You'll be able to remember that for a lifetime, and you won't feel good if you don't get the job done on Friday night.
Independent of results, how much growth have you seen out of this team this year?
Well, you go with player by player. You can really see some guys that have made massive growth as things go along. Their technique, their effort. There's sometimes where you feel like, okay, maybe we didn't tackle as well as we wanted to, but our understanding of the game, and then our ability to execute it. And then we've added complexity, in the passing game and in the especially the defensive secondary. When you add complexity and you're able to execute it, then you really do see growth there. We know that we still have more to do, more to grow. We have to be able to tackle better than we did in this game, and that's a point of emphasis. And we're going to have to be really tough with a really large North Scott team.
And North Scott is your opponent coming up. What do you see out of them on film?
Well, they have a quarterback that's really, really awesome. He's really talented at running the ball. 2 years ago, we had a passer who didn't run it much, and he could really sling it. This guy runs a version of an option game, and he keeps it a lot, and he can make a lot of plays. So when you add that to the mix, you got one more gap to defend if your quarterback is your guy. So it's a really good team that way. Defensively, they're very, strong and solid in the up front, and they play smart football. They've done that for years in the backside. So you don't just easily get huge chunk plays in the passing game. And then, up front, they're going to make you work for it. And their size is, something that we'll have to work at handling.
It's a 3+ hour bus ride for this first round game. It's something that you dealt with a couple of years ago. How do you manage that to make sure that I guess that bus ride doesn't get too long for your guys?
Well, we were able to work with Hawkeye Stages, and we got some charter buses to have be a little bit more comfortable. We'll leave early enough that we'll have enough time when we get there to get up and stretch around. And you go in and you have the mission. The guys will have a little lunch to eat on the way down. They'll listen to their music, and hopefully the comfortable seats will, I imagine a couple of them will take a little nap, and then you get out there and you get off the bus and you get fired up and get ready.
All right, Coach. Well, the last time you went to North Scott in the playoffs was a pretty fun night for Decorah football a couple of years ago, and hopefully you can have another fun night coming up this Friday night. Keep you guys healthy. We wish you best of luck. Let's chat again next week.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Pat Trewin, head coach of the Decorah Vikings, first round playoffs coming up this Friday night at North Scott.